Alright, boys, so this is how I would get jacked fast if I was to completely start again. So there was a period of time where I was going to the gym, but only kind of like just going to the gym, wasn't doing anything else. So from the point where I started taking the gym seriously, this is what I would do. This is how I would fast track results. This is everything that I would break down super simple. Now, I am not pedantic. There's a lot of people that are very, very specific, pedantic. Everything needs to be done to a T. Certain supplements need to be taken at certain times. You need to do your ice baths, your saunas. You need to do your nighttime routines to optimize. Like I don't care really about optimization, and you'll see as I go through this. But what are the most important things that will drive the most amount of results? That is what I'm talking about. So, first up, set clear and realistic goals. It's really, really important that you know what you're trying to do, where you're trying to go. So, if you are overweight and you are decently overweight, don't try and build muscle. Lose weight first. So focus just on fat loss. If you are skinny and trying to put on muscle, focus purely on that. Don't try and do multiple things at once. Like, set a specific goal. This then means that you have targets to work towards. That then means if you're trying to lose fat, to get leaner, every single week, I want to be down in weight. If you're trying to build muscle, every single week, I want to be up in weight. Every month, I want to see good progress. So, you have an actual route to go down instead of doing what I did and was just kind of going to the gym but not really knowing what I was doing or what I was doing it for, and not really seeing progress because of it. Now, me not being pedantic, find a workout, a style of workouts that you actually enjoy. So this really, really matters to me. There's a lot to be said about just going to the gym, enjoying it, and pushing hard. If you have the world's best workout program, the most scientific, it will be the most optimal whatever, but you don't enjoy it, you don't care, you won't put in as much effort. I've done a lot of different styles of working out, powerlifting, focused on compounds, focused on low rep ranges. Truthfully, I've now found a style of working out. Is it the most optimal? Probably not, but I really enjoy it. Every session I do, I really get pumped up. My muscles are swollen. I feel like they're tired at the end. I like it, so I push hard, and I leave the gym going damn, that was a good workout. Now, yeah, there's other workouts that I could do that would achieve that, but I enjoy this, and that matters a lot. So find a style of working out that you like. I like slightly higher volume, slightly old school, more voluminous sets. So not just doing 12 reps, but sometimes going up to 15, even 20. I find it fun. I really enjoy it. I don't really enjoy lifting maximum effort 1 to 3 reps. It's not really my style. I can't really get there mentally for it. So I don't really do it. And it's as simple as that. Do what you enjoy, but you need to kind of find what you enjoy first by going through some different styles. So it can be helpful to follow a couple of plans and see how it goes, see how your body reacts, see how you enjoy it, and then choose what one did you actually like most. Prioritize recovery and sleep. You can train hard, but if you don't recover, your progress will be limited. Full stop. You will not see as much gains from the gym if you aren't sleeping and taking rest days. So truthfully, I think for the majority of people, 4 days in the gym is completely enough. doesn't take up too much time, and also gives you plenty of days recovery, 3 days recovery. If I were to do it, I'd probably do 2 days working out, 1 day rest, 2 days working out, 2 days rest. That makes sense? So you're giving yourself more rest after you've completed the full round of your 4 workouts. This is really important. A lot of people get symptoms of overtraining, but it's not overtraining, it's under recovering. So make sure you're sleeping 8 to 9 hours and you actually take rest days. Track your macros. Now, this is something I put off, and I used to think was a really big deal. Now it's actually just super simple. It really doesn't take that much time. There's so many different apps, AI apps, that make this really convenient now. But what's really important is that you track, but you also hit the right amount. So first off, make sure that you use an online calorie calculator to calculate where your maintenance calories should be at. Whether you're trying to gain muscle or lose fat, doing a couple of weeks of maintenance calories is worth it before you then taper. And I'm going to show you how to then gain more muscle or lose fat later on. But figuring out your macros to start is really, really important. So protein should be at 1.6 to 2.2 grams per pound of body weight. Truthfully, I think around the higher end of that scale is better. But when you're cutting, the protein will drop ever so slightly. So that's when you go down. But you definitely don't go below because you risk losing muscle. You definitely don't go above because there's not really much point in going above. You would rather get your fuel, your energy, you'd rather maximize the amount of carbs and fats you're eating. So for carbs, you're going for 3 to 5 grams per pound of body weight. Carbs are really important for fueling your workouts and fueling your recovery. And then once you've calculated that, the remainder of your total calories should be your fats. So I like to keep my fats relatively low, not too high, at between 50 to 80. 80 is really when I'm bulking, but the majority of time my fats are sitting between 50 and 60. And this is really important for hormones, testosterone, overall health. So making sure your fats are coming from a really good source, and it's not like you're eating like chocolate and things like that that really don't have like amazingly healthy fats. Consistency over perfection is something that's really, really important. Like, I think it's always better when you're starting out to set realistic goals of, right, okay, tracking calories I'm not great at right now, but I'm going to aim for 4 full days of tracked calories. Nail that. Because 4 full days of being accurate and precise is better than a full week of not. Same with your workouts. You know what? Sometimes I'm missing my 4th workout session, so I think I'm just going to do 3 for the next couple of weeks until I nail these 3, and then I can add in the 4th again. I've been working out for 10 years, and truthfully, there's only been a couple of months when I have been getting ready for a photo shoot, or in the future going for bodybuilding shows for September, where I will be perfect all the time. However, that's like 6 to 8 months out of a 10-year span where I've been perfect. I've been consistent. I've been dedicated. I've made decisions, I've sacrificed. However, I've not been 100% for the majority of the time, and look where I am. I'm a bit further ahead than the majority of people. So just don't get so in your own head if you let yourself down. You are human. It's about what you do after that that's really important. If you don't track, if you maybe eat a meal you shouldn't have, if the weight was slightly up when it should have been down, what are you going to do about it? That's what really matters. Work in building strength, not just aesthetics. So I think it's really important that you understand progressive overload. Every single time you're in the gym, you should pretty much be lifting a bigger weight or doing more reps. You also could slow the tempo down of that movement, so just do it slower. That is a way of making the muscles work harder, but you want to have some scale of progression every single week. So right now, I'm kind of changing up my accessory movements like arms, shoulders, things like that. The exercises can change because they kind of do all the same things. However, I've got compounds in like a dumbbell incline press the last 4 to 5 months. Every single time I've been going to the gym, I'm trying to do one more rep, one more kilo, like just doing it heavier. Same with hack squat, same with some of the leg training I'm doing, trying to do more reps, make it heavier, because muscle only grows when you tell it to. If you keep on doing the same weight every single week, you won't grow. Muscle doesn't need to. It only evolves when you have to put it in a place to evolve. So, adjust your plans based off of progress. This is really important. Maybe I should put this other way around. Track your progress regularly. So track your scale weight. That's really important. Take progress pictures. I track my scale weight every single morning because that really helps me know, right, am I down in weight? Am I up in weight? What do I need to do today? Take progress pictures. Track your workouts so you know when you're lifting heavier. But again, you can kind of do it loosely like I do. I go in and I do decide what I want to do, but I keep the main compounds where they need to be. So I really just track the main compounds. Monitor your strength, monitor how you feel. So you need to know your body weight, which is really important. You need to know your calories in. You need to know, are you progressing in the gym? And steps is another one that I really like to take note of. Am I doing enough steps? So, how to adjust your plans based on progress. So say you're trying to lose weight and you've not lost weight, right? Then here's the 4 things you should be doing to then help you lose weight next week, right? Because you can't always do the same thing. What got you here won't get you there, so you need to kind of ramp things up sometimes. So if you've not lost weight, you could do one of the following. Not all of them, one, wait a week, see what happens, then do another. So cut 20 grams of carbs, which is 80 calories of carbs. Cut 9 grams from your daily fat. Add 15 minutes of steady state cardio. So truthfully, I do mainly steady state cardio, which is going to be the walking and the spin bike, just a gentle spin bike, but also the Stairmaster is great. So you're adding 50 minutes in across the week, right? That's not like add 50 minutes a day. That's add 50 minutes into your week. And then add 5 minutes of HIIT cardio, which is like intervals, right? To gain muscle, if you're not seeing it, if you have weighed yourself, you're not going up in weight, your protein should be up at that upper limit. You don't need to add more protein. Adding more protein won't build more muscle, right? So keeping your protein high, that doesn't really change that much whether you're cutting or bulking. Protein should pretty much stay the same the entire time. Add 25 grams to your daily carbs. Add 11 grams to your daily fats. Remove some steady state cardio or remove some HIIT cardio, right? It is literally that simple. You choose one of these, implement it, see what happens. Did you make progress? Yes, awesome. Keep that going then. Maybe up it again if it slows down. Did you not see progress? Okay, you need to do something else. You need to make another change, right? So slow and steady with that. See how I'm not saying remove 1,000 calories, do 3 hours of the Stairmaster. It's just slow and steady. That's how you see results. That's how you see results better. Your body responds better more consistently. This is it. Like, see if I was to do anything, this is mainly what I do. Sure, I add in like a wee bit of fancier stuff like supplements, like doing a wee bit of mobility, some soft tissue work. Sure, I do have morning and bedtime rituals, but truthfully, I could get rid of all that and just focus on this, and I would get the same results. The other stuff is just add-ons. And a lot of time people keep on trying to add to what they're doing to see more results. Truthfully, the majority of the time you need to subtract. So I hope this helps. I hope you've learned something. If you have, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.